Are you wondering how much water storage you can actually capture from your house or shed? Are you wondering what size tanks you need to put on your house or your shed? If so, you're in the right place. In this video, you'll learn a few rules of thumb, and I'll show you how to use this water tank calculator that I've got on the screen on the Rapid Plas website. By the end, you'll have a better idea of what size tanks you need to put on your house or shed. So first, let's work out how much water you can catch for your catchment area and what your average rainfall is. So firstly, to find this on the website, go to Knowledge Center, click down to Information, and then under Information there's a tab called the Water Calculator Tank Size Guide. Click on that and you'll get to this screen. So then we'll scroll down, and firstly we've got to work out the roof area. So I'm just going to go for a simple roof area of 200 meters squared. So we'll type that in. That's a fairly small house or a decent sized shed. And then we've got to work out the annual rainfall. So how we do that is you click on the average rainfall button here and it'll bring up the BOM website. Scroll down, make sure it's got rainfall typed in here, which it should have if you clicked on the link on our website. Click on the monthly button. Then in the location, we're going to use Tamworth as the example. Then we've got to find a matching town, so that's Tamworth, and you've got to pick a particular station. So we'll choose this one here, scroll a bit further down and then click Get Data. It'll open up a new tab. Now from this tab, scroll further down until you get to the summary statistics for all years. I'd recommend to go for the median, probably the most accurate. Obviously we have dry years, we have wet years, but go for this median one here. So in Tamworth, our average rainfall for the year, we'll just round it off to 647. So we'll go back to the calculator and we'll type in 647 into there. What this shows us is that in 1 year, the roof area, our catchment area that we're catching the rainwater from, can collect around 129,000 litres of water on an average year. Now, the tank size that you really need for this size catchment area based on your average annual rainfall does depend on these three things. I'm just going to go over these three things briefly now. The first one is, what are you using the water for? Secondly, it does depend on whether you're in a higher rainfall area or not. And it also depends on, are you using it 100%? Are you off mains water supply? Do you rely on the rainfall or rainwater for all your water needs? So I'll go over the first one, which is, what are you using the water for? If you're using it just for the laundry or for the toilets and the washing machine, which are what a lot of people use rainwater for, you can go with a much smaller tank than what this calculator recommends. But if you're using it for the whole house and for watering the lawns, I'd say go with something closer to what we're recommending here, which is your tank filling 3 times a year equal to the total amount of water you can harvest in a year. So if you have a look at this calculator, 129,000, we're recommending a 43,000 litre tank, or water storage to be able to hold 43,000 litres, which if we just put that into a calculator really quickly, 43,000 litres divided by 2 tanks is around a bit over 20,000, 21,500 litres. So 22,500 litre tanks or 5,000 gallon tanks would absolutely suffice for this roof area. Again, that depends on what you're using it for. Now let's change this to a higher rainfall area. This is where it gets interesting. So let's just say we have 1,000 litres. What this is saying here is that you can catch 200,000 litres of water in this area. That's most likely close to the coast. The main point here is that mostly in a higher rainfall area, you also get rain more often. And the interesting thing of this is that means that you probably don't need as much water storage. The more you'll use it, but it'll top up much faster. You also don't go through the same prolonged dry periods as you do in more inland areas. And the third point is, do you depend on it 100%? If the answer is yes to this, if you do depend on rainwater as your only source of water, obviously this is quite critical, and we'd love to help you out, make sure that you're getting what you need there. So please jump on the website, put an inquiry in, and we'd love to help you out. And finally, I'd just like to pass on probably my simplest way of calculating what you need, and I'll keep it very simple. It's a very simple rule of thumb that I often go by. And it works like this. Your tank should hold, looking at your roof area, your tank should be able to hold enough water when 250 mils of rain land on your roof. It's very simple. So if we look at it and we say, okay, again, we've got 200 meters squared. I'll put it into the calculator, 200 meters of square meters of roof, and 250 millimeters land on the roof. That means we've just collected 50,000 litres of water. So I just use this as the most simple guide of testing how many litres of water storage do you really need. Trust this helps. Again, it is just a guide, very much a guide. We'd love to talk to you about your Rainwater tank project and help you out. So please jump online, submit an inquiry, ask as many questions as you want. We'd love to help you out. Thanks very much.